Creator Clash is a YouTuber boxing event, a boxing event by YouTubers involving YouTubers and Twitch streamers, other content creators. And the basic premise is content creator versus content creator, and then the money goes to charity. This isn't like the fighters do get paid, but only so much. iDubbbz, is on like the Mount Rushmore of YouTube. I think probably in more recent years, a lot of his fans have kind of turned away from him due to like the fact that he's like walking back kind of like who he was and how he portrayed himself in videos. And a lot of people theorize that that whole mindset stems from his extremely woke wife, girlfriend, whatever, Anisa. There's one other real player in this situation, Froggy Fresh, a former YouTuber who was fighting on this boxing event. We are three weeks out from the event. Those are all the players you need to know. So what actually happened? Froggy Fresh was removed from the event 3 weeks out, just 3 weeks out from the actual fight day, which is like, if you think about it, if you put yourself in Froggy Fresh's shoes, he's been training for this event for like months and months and months, taking time out of his schedule. I mean, look at this boy. He's spent a lot of time working out and training for this fight. You know what I mean? He's put a lot of time and effort into it. And then 3 weeks out from the fight, iDubbbz pulls him from the fight. So why did this happen? So it all kind of started when Froggy was doing like promotion for the fight basically, and was talking about his opponent Chris Raygun, and he posted this video here.
That Chris Raygun is now on Adderall. Well, young man, amphetamines couldn't save Hitler, and they can't save you either. On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will subscribe to Anisa's OnlyFans.
Why is this video? Why does anyone care? So Anisa, iDubbbz's wife, the co-runner of the event, let's make that clear, has an OnlyFans account. iDubbbz has gotten a lot of flack in the past for a lot from his fan base, basically calling him like a cuck because he's letting his wife put her naked body out there for men to jack off to, and he lost like a lot of like street cred, if you will. iDubbbz put out a video eventually about it, saying like, I'm okay with it, I don't care, I don't know why, like if I'm not insecure about it, so I don't know why anybody else even cares, which is like fair enough. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't recommend it. I think like, especially if you're planning to have a family at some point, I don't think your mother having a past as an OnlyFans model is something, it's not something you would want your kids to like aspire to. So I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think being in porn in general is probably all that good for yourself. But I mean, like, hey, listen, if they both are okay with it and don't care, who am I to say anything different? That was always my stance on it. But that leads us back to this video, because even though iDubbbz and his wife, girlfriend would say one thing where they're like, why do you guys even care, etc., etc., it always kind of seemed like they did care. And because of this, something behind the scenes clearly happened that would lead to a Twitter exchange between the Pied Piper, who is Anisa's mom. Now, unfortunately, Anisa's mom has either deactivated or privated or, made her account not public on Twitter. So the interactions between the two seem to be a little bit broken, but there was some back and forth between the two. Anisa's mom would say he wouldn't have the fight if not for her. That's why numbnuts. Froggy Fresh would reply, Maureen, that's Anisa's mom, iDubbbz hit me up to beat up her daughter's BF. LOL. There'd be another exchange between the two where Anisa's mom would say, I hope it's about replacing the imp, and then Froggy Fresh would reply, better a imp than a pimp. Shout out your boy iDubbbz. Anisa, come get your mom. Crying laughing face emoji. So I mean, the whole premise of Froggy Fresh going back and forth with Anisa's mom is just insane to begin with. Listen, I don't think his initial jab at Anisa, pardon the pun, was like, it was not all that heavy-handed. And I mean, like, if she is so secure, and if iDubbbz are so secure with the fact that she is like an OnlyFans model, the fact that they even cared, it's like, well, Like why do you even care at that point? If we're working under the assumption that they don't care, as they've said many times before. Anissa's mom would continue to go off on Froggy Fresh over Twitter. This would lead to Froggy Fresh posting this video.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Froggy Fresh. I going on to my Twitter today. What done I see? Anissa's mom is saying, hoping that somebody replaces that imp. Now I go on to Google to see what imp was, and they said it's a small devil. Now, I got saved by the Lord and baptized when I was about 7, so I don't know what she's talking about. But I can tell you this is a charity event. So if Anissa's mom is going to be coming up in here talking garbage about me when she don't know a darn thing about me, I don't appreciate it. We're trying to raise money for charity. If someone can come get her and take her home, give her a coat and take her home. Because I'm just trying to raise money. Thank you.
That response is like a fairly well orchestrated way for Froggy Fresh to kind of dismantle the situation while also kind of seemingly coming out on top in the situation. Like he has the little joke at the end, which is a real, like the lightest pepper of a jab, but also just shuts it all down with saying, you know, like, hey, at the end of the day, we are doing this for charity. So like, why are we even beefing on Twitter? This is silly. That's kind of what he was saying in a roundabout way. And Anissa's mom would continue her attack on Froggy Fresh, saying, classic case of brain damage. Better have that looked at along with your obviously shrunken balls. Man, I think the most damning part of this whole situation is, I mean, Anisa, get your mom off Twitter. I mean, she is now, so I guess mission accomplished on that front. But I mean, like, what is she doing arguing with like a 20, maybe a 30-year-old man, like on the internet? This is insanity. I mean, like, she has obviously no like cognition of how to like chirp back and forth or banter with people, especially people in 2023. So it's just like, it's such a one-sided thing with like, you know, an internet comedian versus some chick that's old. Anyway, so he would release this video in response to this tweet.
Last night, Anissa's mom also made another tweet at me. She tweeted, classic case of brain damage. Better have that looked at along with your obviously shrunken balls. First off, when I did hit my head on them monkey bars, yeah, I did get hurt a little bit. But when I got the scan done, they said I was still smart. Second off, as far as with that second thing that you said about my privates, you have got to clean up your language. That is not good to be talking like that.
And again, I think really like well handled by Froggy Fresh. He was still able to banter back and forth while also just, you know, taking the sarcastic route of like, how dare you? I am above that. Like, why are you acting so childish? Which, you know, it was. The whole situation was childish, but clearly Froggy Fresh wasn't taking it seriously. And Anisa and by extension our mom seemed to be taking it kind of seriously. And then over the weekend that would lead to this tweet right here from the Creator Clash official Twitter account. There has been a change in the lineup and Froggy Fresh will no longer be fighting against Chris Raygun. We will announce his replacement in the coming days. With just 3 weeks left, the countdown to Creator Clash 2 has begun. Creator Clash's goal is to make an inclusive and fun environment for creators and fans while giving back to charity. That has always been our mission, and Froggy Fresh's recent behavior does not align with that mission. So I think this really struck a chord with fans of iDubbbz and, you know, fans of just kind of the broader YouTube content creator, internet culture as a whole, because this is the things that people have been, you know, the very types of things people have been complaining about iDubbbz and his girlfriend for many years now. Like, it's just really, I mean, it was such a light jab that he made at Anisa. And then I think like the way Froggy Fresh handled Anisa's mom was done masterfully. Like, he couldn't have done it any better outside of just saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. But at the end of the day, I think it is also important to remember that Creator Clash is owned and run by Anisa and iDubbbz, and they are fully within their rights to kick kick anyone off the card. There was no guaranteed contracts on this thing. So they're completely within their rights to kick anyone off that, they might have some kind of, confrontation with or whatever. I get that. I mean, I don't personally agree with it, but I don't necessarily think they're wrong for doing it. I mean, it's really shitty for Froggy Fresh, like I said, who dedicated all this time and energy getting himself in shape, getting himself, in this like fighter mindset to go to war with someone. Like it's a lot to ask of a person, and then to just pull the plug without any kind of notice, just 3 weeks out from the fight is over something that, like, I'm sure if Anisa and Froggy Fresh, I don't really know Froggy Fresh all that well. Granted, I don't know Anisa at all either. But I mean, Froggy Fresh seems like a fairly down-to-earth person. I'm sure if they had jumped on a Discord call or something along the lines, like, they would have been able to hash this out within an hour or something. Like, this seems such a minor thing to have such an egregious repercussion for. This would also lead to Gideon saying that he would donate $100,000 to Creator Clash charity if Froggy Fresh gets put back on the card, as per Keemstar noting it. So, like, people were outraged. Gideon tried to mend the situation by offering up like a huge sum of money being donated to the charity, but Creator Clash still kind of backed down. There's people on Twitter and on the internet now claiming that they're going to cancel their tickets or not go, and the whole situation just seems like super messy. And here we are 3 weeks out from the event, where I feel like general consensus is, I don't want to watch it anymore. So there's that. Okay, bye.